Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new here, I'm Natalie, and in this channel I share my financial journey with all of you. So today what we're gonna do is actually set up the month of May. As you know, if you've been here before, but for those that don't, I am a HR professional working from home for a small tech company, and I just a few months ago ended up moving from Florida to North Carolina, and I will be here for the foreseeable future. So if you want to see my journey as I pay off debt, achieve financial goals, and overall just live my life in my early 30s in a new state, in a new city, please subscribe. I'm gonna do the calendar view, go over it really quickly. We're gonna do the notes column right here that I already added stickers to, the monthly budget, and I am bringing back the goals and aspirations for the month, or I should say the intentions for the month. So yeah, let's get right into it. So I'm just gonna probably fast forward this and you guys can just watch me do it. Okay, so this is what my bills at a glance in the calendar view looks like. Of course, at the very first of the month, we have my rent at $16.02, my water with my rent, which is $38.28. I think from March, which was about 2.5 to 3 weeks, was like $18 or something like that, and then the remainder was from February from April. So $38.28 is what I need to pay, and then of course, as you guys know, I do pay most of my HOA out of pocket, and that is for my condo in Florida. After that, I don't have any other bills until the 8th, and that is for my iCloud for storage, and then my student loans that the minimum payment is $202 with 88 cents. After that, I have my electric through Duke, which was $69.94. This is for half of March and half of April, if I'm not mistaken. My apartment is in a first floor, so it keeps cool, which is great. $70 for me being at home 95% of the month is crazy. Then I have my cell phones. As you guys know, I pay for mine and my family's cell phones, so that's $125 through Cricket for 5 lines unlimited. And I don't have anything until the end of the month, which is my car insurance at $201.69, which sucks because I'm paying like $60 or $70. No, actually, like $70 more than what I was paying in Orlando, which is surprising to me. I was told by people that I've met here and by my family member that lives here that my insurance was going to go down. And then my Spotify, I have the family plan. It hasn't really changed. I haven't had any issues, so we'll see. I'll keep it until they send me an email. And then of course now I have my Amazon subscription. And then for Canva, I have my subscription at $14.99. So that's pretty much it. So yeah, this is it for the calendar view. And then I always set up my remember section. I am changing things a little bit. So at the end of the month, I always forget to do this when I do my closeout for the month, but I've been meaning to share my credit score with you guys, so at the end of the actual month, I actually fill this out. But for April, my credit score went up to 823, which was great. I had never gone over the 6, not the 6. I had never been able to go over the 790 range. I think the most I had one time was 793. But because of some negative items in my credit score that I had from way back when before I started my journey, and because I still had some credit card debt and credit line debt, my score never went up. So once I paid off my PayPal credit line and my Best Buy credit line, it really jumped up 20 something points. So I'm excited to see what that looks like for May. So I will fill that out, and then I want to have my savings listed here. I'm not currently working on my emergency fund because once I balanced out my North Carolina savings, and I added everything. One of the things that I wanted to do was to add some more money into my emergency fund. If you've seen my videos maybe 2-3 months ago, my emergency fund sat at $3,500, so I added an extra $5,000 from that savings to my emergency fund, and I'm gonna keep it like that for now. I think my main goal was to pay off my credit cards slash PayPal and my car before I focus on this, but I don't know how I'm gonna handle that yet. I feel very secure in my job for now, especially with like all of the big projects that I've been in charge of, and you know, they've rewarded me with bonuses and things like that, so I feel like my job is safe. However, I can't say with 100% certainty, so $8,500 for now feels good. Maybe 2-3 months from now I'll focus on upping that, but that's what the number is for now. And I will have a video of my total savings that I had for my move slash what my expense breakdown was, so that you guys can see for a one-person move what that looked like, especially because I did everything with my family. We didn't hire any movers, but who knows? If you see that video, you may be surprised, and a mover may be worth it based on how much money we spent, but I'll share that in a future video. So then I have a debt tracker every month, but I was thinking of having this section here so that I can see what the actual balance of the debt was at the beginning of the month. So credit score would be end of the month, savings would be end of the month, and then debt would be beginning of the month. And then these numbers I don't share with you, but I also forgot to add that in the April one. Then the last thing I have been meaning to add into my monthly closeouts is like the positives and negatives of the month. So what my highs and lows were for the month. So yeah, that's the calendar view. Long-winded story on that. And then this is a sneak peek into everything. But so for my income, of course, as a salaried employee, my salary doesn't change too often, and then I always have a miscellaneous category that I have for my, whether I get money back from someone that owed me, if I get a gift, things like that. And then I'm actually gonna have a third line this month, which is transfer. So I will go into it in a second. What I expect my income to look like as a whole from my full-time job is $6,923 with 19 cents. For miscellaneous, I don't expect anything really. I should be getting my friend's payback for a concert ticket that I purchased for her a few months ago. The concert is happening this month in May, so we'll see. I don't know that she has the money, but we'll see. She's always really good about like paying me back, but I know the last few months have been a little bit stressful. And then for transfer, I'm adding this third line because again, I'm doing the balancing of my NC Move savings and figuring out what's really left over after everything. Right now, I don't have it, so we're gonna keep it blank for now. So I'm just gonna budget with my actual salary for this. So $6,923.19. For my fixed expenses, I have my rent, and I'm gonna write all of the items first and then the amounts.
This is on the 1st, this is on the 1st, this is on the 8th, 17, 18. I don't have a date for the internet. 26 as well. 30th, and
I added my internet here because I should have a bill due this month. I just haven't gotten it yet, so I don't know if I need to pay it, so I'm just gonna leave it blank, but it's going to be $49.99. So for rent, $1,602 is the amount even. HOA is $360.73. My water is $38.28. iCloud is $3. Nelnet is $202.88. Electric is $69.94. Cell phones is $125. Internet, it should be $49.99. We'll see if that actually comes through for this month. If not, we'll see. Spotify, $19.19. Car insurance, $201.69. Canva is $14.99. And then my Amazon is $15.11. And I did cancel my Max subscription, which is why I had the line here, because I wasn't sure if it was May or June, but no more Max for me. So that is that. And my total is so 2,702 with 80 cents. And then for my variable expenses, my first category is groceries. And I'm gonna write all the categories and then we'll go back to the numbers. So gas/tolls is my second one. Household. I have shopping. I have eating out. And this month, this is gonna be higher because I have my best friend coming to town, and then I'm actually gonna be in Florida for about 7 to 10 days. I haven't decided yet. And then I have beauty, then I have clothing, sinking funds, and then lastly unbudgeted, of course. So those are my categories. Because I will be at my parents' for a week and a half or so, I'm gonna lower my some of my categories, specifically groceries, because I don't want things to go bad. So I'm aiming for $200 for May. For gas, that's gonna go up because of all the driving that I'm gonna do while I'm in town with my best friend, and then obviously I have to drive down, so that's gonna be a good chunk of money there. And then for household, because I'm not gonna be here for about a week and a half, I'm lowering that to $100. We'll see how I do with that. And then for shopping, because again, I'm gonna be in Orlando, I'm gonna be doing stuff, I expect to spend some money, so let's do $300. For eating out, I'm gonna do $250. Beauty will be $75. Clothing will be $200. Sinking funds will be $350. And unbudgeted, of course, will be $0. So let's add everything up. So 200 plus 200 plus 100 plus 300 plus 250 plus 75 plus 200 plus 350. That's $1,675. And that looks accurate. So that is what we're working with, hopefully. So for totals, my income, my fixed expenses, my variable expenses, I also would have a line for debt and a line for savings. So we'll see if I actually use the savings line as intended versus for something else. So again, for my income, we're working with $69.23 with 19 cents. My fixed expenses will be $2,702 with 80. My variable expenses will be $16.75. What we have left, so $69.23.19 minus $2,702.80 minus $16.75 gives me $25.45 left over. I think I only have about, what is it, 4,000? What is it, $25.45.39? So I can do 2,500 towards my Mazda, and then nothing to savings, and I'll have 45.39 left over. I think that works because that way, I think it's for, what was it? I think I have it here. So my debt tracker, I have 4,650, 419, 4,650, 419, minus 2,500 minus, I didn't add it in my fixed expenses because I know it's gonna be paid off this month, but I'm counting on my transferred money from my NC move. So I think, well, I'm pretty sure that more than anything, I'll have this in my transfer. So worst case scenario, if I didn't have that amount, then I would have, let's just assume this would include the minimum payment for my loan, which would be $298.17. I'm assuming about, at this point, with how little is left in the loan, the majority of it would go towards the principal. So maybe, like, let's assume like 210 out of the almost $300 would go to the principal. So 2,300 would go to the principal without it. So let's do plus 100 to account for the interest. So I would have, worst case scenario, if I didn't have the amount from my NC move, I would still have 2,200 left over. But I know that I'm probably gonna pay that off as well. So either way, it would be just within a month that I could pay this off based on this number. So I'm excited. I can't wait to finally be consumer debt free. So that's the plan for May's budget. And now let's just go over my intentions for the month real quick. I hope that I get to actually work on some of these. I'm not trying to do too much at the same time. So my intention, my number one intention, is to continue to be consistent with my diet. I want to continue to be consistent with my diet. So that means more veggies, less carbs, and when I do have carbs, that they come from a better source. And then lowering my soda intake as well. I've been really good about only having soda once a day, ideally. Then number 2 would be to finish off paying off my car loan. Number 3, for me to start one of the nonfiction books that I wanted to tackle this year because I am super behind. Number 4 would be to make sure that I walk outside either every morning or every evening, because I have been terrible at this. And then whenever I'm not walking outside, is take 1 to 2 times in the week and take a walk in a local park instead of around my neighborhood. Number 5 would be, I want to also start incorporating a gym session once a week. And then 1 time a week, I want to do a YouTube video from home. Then number 6 would be to stick to my morning and night routine. Number 7 would be to, hopefully I can do this in May. I don't know that I'll have time if I stay longer in Orlando, but maybe, okay, so maybe I'll do this. So explore 1 new town. So initially this was going to be in North Carolina, of course, but if I'm going to be in Florida for longer, I'll just explore a town over there that I haven't been to. And then lastly, that's a lot of intentions actually. Lastly is for me to try to stay under budget in at least 2 categories of my variable expenses. So here I'm gonna track my walking, I'm gonna track my YouTube/gym, and I'm gonna track how many days I read that nonfiction book, because I have no problem reading. I love reading, and sometimes it's terrible because the reason I will literally stay up till like 3:30 or 4 o'clock is not only TikTok, which has happened, but typically that's not the case. It's literally my Kindle because I will not stop reading a book. Yeah, so this is what that looks like. And I think that's it for my monthly setup. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any questions or any suggestions or anything. Have a wonderful beginning of a new month, and let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.